But I am going to say right now, Vince Carter does not deserve his jersey retired with the Toronto Raptors. And this is the reason why. Let me list them for you.
I got a big dream and I aim high. Take a risk every time I play dice. I shake them up and it's snake eyes. I'm the same guy on the same grind. Busy printing money, watch the paint dry. My intuition told me through the grapevine that I'ma get rich and I ain't lying. Yeah. Get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex.
Somebody else beat you. Three on the way. He got it! And they let the greatest player in the game take the game-winning three.
Welcome, everyone, to another special episode of Tea Time with Tommy, NBA Raptors podcast. I have the right cup today. I keep using my Leafs one at loser team, so I got the right one, right? Norbz, Raptors. Norbz is
you got it.
Amazing host is here. He has no cup because he's slacking, but it's all okay.
They're all in the man cave somewhere here. It's stored away.
He's got the man cave.
Yeah, I gotta find a key for it. I kind of lost it, so it's in the cabinet somewhere.
Yeah, it's lost. But today's episode, Norbz, Tea Time viewers, really important. It is announced that Vince Carter's jersey will finally be retired at the SCOTIABANK Arena, the place that Vince Carter created on November 2nd. Guess what, Norbz? I'll be at the Lakers-Raptors game on November 1st, so those ding-dongs at head office of Scotiabank Arena is making me purposely miss his retirement jersey. Why did they have it up with the Lakers? Why are they having it against the Kings? Why?
Because LeBron has you surrounded. He wants you to come out to watch him play. So that's all there is to it.
A LeBron hater, Norbz Cabrera, and Sarah Taplin's also a LeBron hater. Love you, Sarah. All right.
Right on.
Let's go right to it, Norbz. You ready for this important topic? So Vince Carter's jersey is going to be retired, Norbz, November 2nd at Scotiabank Arena when the Raptors play the Sacramento Kings. What do you think of the Raptors finally retiring Air Canada's number?
It's long overdue. I mean, Vince Carter retired in 2020 during the midst of the pandemic, and he didn't really, have that pomp and circumstance fanfare of, what other players have experienced when they retire. There wasn't much fanfare during the 2020 pandemic. So I think it's, Vince Carter truly deserves this moment because he is like one of the greatest Raptors of all time. And it's no denying that he really deserved it because he hasn't really had much of the retirement party that he deserved when he called it a career in 2020. So this is something special for him. I think it's a great idea that they're finally celebrating his career.
Well, great points, Norbz. All of them are very valid. But I am going to say right now, Vince Carter does not deserve his jersey retired with the Toronto Raptors. And this is the reason why. Let me list them for you. When he was having a horrible season with the Raptors in 2004 with us, he quit on us. He quit on the city of Toronto. He quit on his teammates. He quit on his management team. And he babied himself out of Toronto by being traded for the New Jersey Nets. And then he went on national television with legendary John Thompson, coach of the Georgetown Hoyas, and admitted he didn't play fully his last years with the Raptors. This is a disgrace. I think that Masai Ujiri and Scotiabank Arena staff should redecide this and not retire his jersey on November 2nd. It is a disgrace. It is a slap in the face to all of the Raptors fans who lived with this. It's time we should wait till Kyle Lowry retire Lowry's jersey. When DeRozan retires, retire DeRozan's jersey. When Kawhi retires, retire Kawhi's jersey. And then maybe we can retire Vince Carter's jersey. What do you think? What do you think about my take?
I think you're probably looking forward to the time when the Nets retire his jersey, Vince Carter. You probably look forward to that more than his time with the Raptors. Like, yeah, I just don't understand. Like, certain people think that Vince Carter, yeah, like yourself, quit on the team, and
He
I get
did.
that.
He quit
Yeah,
on the team. You
I
were
get
there.
that. Yeah, and I mean, it was a tough time. It was ridiculous that the trade was ridiculous. For Vince Carter and
Oh, worst trade ever.
to
Who did we
attempt,
get?
yeah,
I don't remember who we got. Too.
Alonzo Mourning,
He
and
didn't even
Aaron
show
and
up.
Eric Williams. Yeah.
He didn't even come
Yeah,
to Toronto.
it was a ridiculous trade, but like when it came down to it, like the Raptors, Vince Carter is the franchise player. I think when he put the team on the map, like he led the team to their first playoff appearance. Like there's really no denying that. I mean, like he set up roots in Toronto, and he put the whole city on the map. And without him, even though like it was a tough ending for him, and as he left Toronto with that ridiculous trade, there's really no denying what he's done, what his contributions are to the city, to the team. So yeah, yeah, it's really no denying that, my friend. Really no denying that.
Yeah, I'm just sour grapes, Norbs, because I don't want to take up too much of our time and tea time here. But I met Vince Carter. Vince Carter is my favorite basketball player of all time, if you know Norbs, and I met him in person with our dear friend Sean Columbus in Eugene. I saw him and he dissed me. So maybe that's why I really don't like the guy.
Yeah,
and then he refused to come on tea time too. So
you're more looking forward to the Nets possible retiring of his jersey.
I could care less about that. I could care less about the guy. All right, he dissed me in person. He dissed tea time with Tommy. He dissed us, Norbs. He didn't want to come on our podcast, and he dissed Toronto. He quit on us. Ridiculous.
Yeah. What can you do? He's still the Raptors meal ticket like for many years.
I'll give him credit though. One thing I give him, he defended our city on this podcast. I gotta give kudos to Vinsanity there, because Chris Broussard, Mr. NBA insider who never played a game in his life, says American players don't want to play in Toronto. Vince Carter made him eat his words on this podcast. I gotta give Vince Carter that credit. All right, going on. Question number 2. Is Vince Carter the greatest Raptor of all time? Is he the greatest?
It's a tough call for me. I do think that he's one of the greatest. I mean, there's other Raptors out there that could have fit the bill there. Chris Bosh, for example, and Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry.
Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
I love Chris Bosh, but anyway, sorry.
I mean, like his contributions has been tremendous as well. But I think to me, like, Damon Stoudemire too. Like he was the first Raptor player that was drafted in 1995, and he for three seasons, I believe, he truly put the Raptors into to a full force. He entertained the fans really well with his playing ability, but when it comes to Vince Carter, he truly took it to a whole new level when it comes to being a competitive basketball team. I mean, like Damon Stoudemire was the pioneer of the Raptors, starting off in 1995 with the inaugural team there for a few seasons, and then Vince Carter just took it to a whole new level, because the Raptors, became a competitive playoff contender when he, really shined and entertained the fans. So he's still the franchise leader in a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. Like points wise, 23.4 percent per game. Most points scored in a season, 2,107. The most field goals made in a season, 788, to name a few. He really took the team to a whole new level, the whole franchise, the whole city. So there really is no denying that he is one of the greatest of all time. I put him in there, but he may be in the top 3 for me as the greatest Raptors of all time. I would say.
Oh, come on, Norbs. Easy question. Answer it. Is he or is he not? Don't say top 3. What are you, a politician running against Justin Trudeau in the Canada national elections? Come on. I think the greatest Raptor of all time is Milt Palacio. who used to play for the Raptors as no Palacio. Norbz knows I'm joking. Norbz knows I'm joking. I don't even know if Norbz knows who he is. You see, he was Vince Carter's best buddy with the Raptors back in 2003.
I see.
No, he was an awful player. Sorry, Mel. I'm just being honest. He was an awful player for the Raptors, but he's a good guy. I would say yes, he is the greatest Raptor of all time. Although I can't stand the man. I mean, it's not like I hate the guy. I just can't stand what he did to us at the end of his career with the Raptors, Norbs. But I believe he is the greatest Raptor of all time. He put Toronto on the map with that dunk contest. His unbelieving, electrifying dunks just allow the basketball world to appreciate what he was, what he had, and he was he is the man that created Air Canada Center, that became Scotiabank Arena. He's the one that filled the seats, fans in the seats. He's the one that brought basketball to Canada, that allowed now the great Canadian basketball players currently, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Tristan Thompson, Corey Joseph. He's the one that when they were young, those players, when they were kids, watched him, and now Canada basketball has grown because of him. He brought basketball to Canada. He made Toronto Raptors relevant. He saved the franchise. The franchise could have moved. Who knows if Vince Carter wasn't with the Raptors? Like the Grizzlies lost their team. Vancouver lost the Grizzlies. So yes, you got to give him that. He is the greatest Raptor of all time. Although, yes, I'm just sour, a little bit salty towards him for him dissing me in person. But at the same time, you got to give him credit. Like he put the Raptors on the map. He defended our city on his podcast against Chris Broussard's ridiculous take that American basketball players don't want to come to Toronto. He's always loved Toronto as a city. He had every reason to diss us after he retired, but he didn't. And so you got to give the man credit his due. So yeah, he is the greatest Raptor of all time. Let us go to the last one, the most interesting question, Norbs. Yes. Question number 3. What is the greatest Vince Carter moment in your mind? You have a Vince Carter moment as a Raptor.
No doubt in my mind. It's been talked about for years and years. It's been on posters. It's been on podcasts. It's been on video replays. It's the slam dunk competition that he won.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was electrifying. He really, really entertained everybody with that amazing finish, with the between the legs. And I think, to me, that is the greatest Vince Carter moment of all time, amongst other things. His contributions to the team has been really spectacular. But yeah, that time that he dunked the ball to finish off the competition and won it. He's the Raptors' first Raptors player to win a slam dunk competition, if I'm not mistaken. So that, to me, put everything into high gear. It was absolutely my personal favorite slam dunk competition of all time when he won that. So yeah, no doubt in my mind. Other people would say the same thing, that when seeing the replays over and over again, that was the greatest moment for Vince Carter.
My favorite moment was when he dissed me in person. Okay, I'll stop. When knowing you in the
you gotta let go of the grudge, my friend. You gotta let go of the grudge.
If he comes on the show, which he didn't want to because he's too big for us. But here's the thing. My favorite, great pick, Norbz. Everyone's favorite is the dunk contest. He's got many great moments in Raptors history. All right, my favorite. Okay. He wasn't in a Raptors uniform, but he was still playing for the Raptors, so you got to count this in, Norbs. That dunk over Frederick Weiss, the 2000 Olympics, when he was with Team USA, his legs were sprawled, and he literally jumped over Frederick Weiss and dunked it. I've never seen a guy just clear over somebody and just dunk the basketball. They say that was probably the greatest dunk in NBA history, if you ask a lot of the NBA greats. And when he couldn't even believe he did that. And just to see if you take a photo shot, I got the poster. I lost it because my mom threw the poster out. Thanks, Mom. But you could see Kevin Garnett's face in the background. This guy is an NBA Hall of Famer, Kevin Garnett, and his mouth was like, He could not believe what he just saw. So I would have to put that dunk over Frederick Weiss. But as if he's in a Raptors uniform, I'm going with you, Norbz. The dunk contest, of course, 2001. But that dunk over Weiss, man, that was just lethal. So I picked Frederick.
Possibly the best dunk in the Olympics.
I think it's the best dunk ever. Basketball history. I've never seen anyone ever duplicate that. So, I'm going to have to go with that. But, Norbz, I'll give you, since you're an amazing guest, I will give you 2 minutes to
2 minutes. I gave you 5 minutes already.
I give you 5 minutes. Anyways, go. If you have any last thoughts on the Raptors retiring Vince Carter, I think you know what I do really appreciate Vince Carter. Yeah, I'm a little sour. He dissed me in person, but whatever. Like that's his business. I don't think he cares. I'm over it. But overall, he's a great player, great ambassador for Basketball Canada. What's your final thoughts on Vince Carter finally getting his due?
Yeah, I mean, he really deserves this moment. As I mentioned, that he didn't really have that, the grandiose retirement party that he deserved during the pandemic because everything was shut down. There were no fans in the stands. So this is like the moment for him that he's been waiting for so long that that he didn't get to enjoy 4 years ago with the pandemic. So good for him, good for Vince. It's a great banner day for Canada, for the city of Toronto. And you know what? Like, despite his exit from the Raptors years ago, getting traded to New Jersey, and the fans resenting him for many years. I mean, guess what? He's a professional athlete. He's also a human being. Like, time heals all wounds, as what they always say. There's really no reason for holding this grudge for so long because I know he truly loves the city. Still, he keeps the city, in his heart, and he enjoys the crowd, and he enjoys the fans. So give the man his due, because he never had this celebration when he retired in 2020. So give him this moment, and it's a momentous one for him.
Yeah, well, like, what? At the end of the day, all joking aside and everything, you know what? He does deserve it. In the end of the day, however, I'm still a little upset about how he left us and how he dissed me in person. But he is Mr. Raptor, in my opinion. A lot of people believe it's Kyle Lowry. I think it's Vince Carter. He put us on the map. All right. Here's the thing, Norbz. When's our banner? When's Tea Time with Tommy banner going to be retired at Scotiabank Arena? When's that ever going to happen?
Does the Scotiabank Arena people know us personally?
Yeah, maybe I can make a banner here in my room. Maybe we can.
Yeah, I mean, like we're just in a I don't know, like I guess in the crypt doing this podcast this whole time. So we it'll be spectacular if that ever happened.
I think this NBA Raptors podcast, Norbz, is going to take us over the top. I believe.
Yeah, but from the rabbit hole to the penthouse, I truly
absolutely. I'm getting the penthouse for us, Norbz, and for Sarah and Hakeem as well. But Norbz, thank you again for being the amazing host you always are, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another great episode of Tea Time with Tommy. Congrats, Vince, you deserve it, and I will forgive you if you come on our podcast one day. Tea Time with Tommy, Norbz Cabrera, signing out.
Make sure you like and subscribe this video so you never miss an episode of Tea Time with Tommy NBA edition, because if you don't, Tommy's gonna come get you, and you don't want Tommy after you. Hit that button.